Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to our channel. I am glad you are here. Today we'll talk about blue zones, vocabulary, months, adverbs, and expressions of frequency. Complete the months in the phone diary. Listen and check.
4.16
January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December,
November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That's correct. Listen again and repeat the months. Which five are stressed on the second syllable? The second syllable is July, September, and October. September, October, November, and December. Vocabulary bank time. Do parts 2 and 3. Expressions of frequency. Complete the expressions. How often do you see your friends? Every day, every week, every month, every year. Once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a year. Listen and check.
2.46 1.
Every day,
2.
every week,
3.
every month,
4.
every year,
5.
once a week,
6.
twice a week,
7.
3 times a week,
8.
4 times a year.
Adverbs of frequency. Match sentence 1 to 6 with A to F. What do the highlighted word means? For example, number 2 is letter A. I often go to the movies after work, about 7 or 8 times a week. It means often. Okay. Letter B. I start work at 8 every day. So, letter B. I always get up at 7 during the week and start work at 8 every day. Letter C. But on Fridays, we stop at 3. Letter C. I usually finish work at 6, but on Fridays we stop at 3. I sometimes meet a friend for lunch. Letter F. About once or twice a month. I sometimes. Number 5. I hardly ever go to the theater. Only once or twice a year. So I hardly ever. Perfect. I never have coffee. I don't like it. Yes. Letter D. Listen and check.
2.47 1. B.
I always get up at 7 o'clock during the week. I start work at 8 o'clock every day.
2. A.
I often go to the movies after work, about 7 or 8 times a month.
3. C.
I usually finish work at 6 o'clock, but on Fridays we stop at 3 o'clock.
4. F.
I sometimes meet a friend for lunch, About once or twice a month.
5. E.
I hardly ever go to the theater. Only once or twice a year.
6. D.
I never have coffee. I don't like it.
Grammar, position of adverbs, expressions of frequency. Read the text about teenagers in the USA. Are teenagers in your country similar? Teenagers in trouble.
American teenagers may, for the first time in the nation's history, live shorter lives than their parents because of their unhealthy lifestyles. According to recent research, 96% spend more than 5 hours looking at a screen every day. 86% hardly ever eat fruit or green vegetables. 75% don't usually sleep for 8 hours a day, the average is 7 hours. 34% eat fast food at least once a day. 33% drink more than 4 sugary drinks every day. 31% are often very stressed. 25% never.
Never do sports or exercises. Look at the position of the highlighted words and expressions. Select the correct rule. Number 1. Adverbs of frequency. Example, usually, go, before or after a main verb. Before. Now, about the verb be, it's after. Number 2. Expressions of frequency. Example, every week. Go to the end of a phrase or sentence. Grammar bank. Let's talk about position of adverbs. Expressions of frequency. For example, I always watch TV in the evening. The word always is an adverb of frequency. We can see the word is before the verb watch. Another example, she sometimes does sports. The adverb of frequency is sometimes. The verb is does. But when we use the verb be, for example, they are hardly ever late. For example, we can see that the verb be, and the adverb of frequency is hardly ever. It's after the verb. The verb is are. Another example, he isn't often stressed. The same way, often is after the verb. Let's do some exercise. Put the adverb of frequency in the correct place in the sentence. For example, they drive. They don't have a car. Never. They never drive. They don't have a car. Number 1, I walk to work. I always walk to work before the verb. Always. Number 2, do you usually wear glasses? I'm bored. I'm hardly ever bored. Number 4, she does housework. She sometimes does housework. Number 5, we go to the cinema. We hardly ever go to the cinema. Number 6, why are you late? Why are you always late? Number 7, my girlfriend is stressed. My girlfriend is never stressed. Number 8, does it rain in December? Does it often rain in December? Order the words to make sentences. For example, always she at 6 up gets. She always gets up at 6. Number 1, I am never late for class. Number 2. We hardly ever eat fast food. What time do you usually finish work? Perfect. Number 4. My parents don't often go out at night. Number 5. My brother is always hungry at lunchtime. Number 6. We don't do homework. Our homework. We don't always do our homework. Number 7. Do you usually drive to work? Is that correct? Do you usually drive to work? It's okay. Number 8. Our teacher is hardly ever angry. Is that correct? Yes. Pronunciation, the letter 8. Listen to the words and sound. Then listen and repeat.
4.21. House.
House.
H.
Ha.
How. Hardly.
Hardly.
Happy.
Happy.
Healthy.
Healthy.
High.
High.
Have.
Have.
Hungry.
Hungry. Listen. Underline one word where 8 is not pronounced. Then practice saying the sentences.
4.22.
Harry's a hairdresser. He hardly ever has breakfast. He's often in a hurry. He usually has half an hour for lunch. He often has a hamburger for dinner. Harry isn't very healthy.
In pairs, make true sentences about you with the verb phrases and an adverb or expression of frequency. For example, I am not usually at home on Saturday night. Reading and speaking. Look at the photos and read the text. What are the blue zones? How old do you think Alex and Maria are? We have these photos. What are their secrets? Let's listen.
What do the Greek island of Icaria, the Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica, and the island of Okinawa in Japan have in common? The answer is that, together with Loma Linda in California and Sardinia in Italy, they are the 5 so-called blue zones.
The best places in the world to live if you want to have a long and healthy life. Many people there live until they are 100 or more. So what are their secrets? Alexis is a builder from Icaria. Maria from Nicoya cooks and goes to the market every day. What are their secrets? What words and phrases can you remember from the articles? With a partner, write words in each category. Watch the documentary The Island of Okinawa. Mark the sentences true or false.
Okinawa is an island about 400 miles south of Japan. It's a beautiful island with wonderful beaches and clear blue water. It also has more centenarians, people who are 100 years old or more, than anywhere else in the world. What's more, they seem to age more slowly than other people. According to scientists, people there who are actually 70 often have the bodies of 50-year-olds. Many of them are very healthy all through their lives. What's their secret? Most people think it's because of their healthy lifestyle. They don't have big meals. They have a cultural habit called hara hachi biu, which means they always stop eating before they're full. They usually just have fish and vegetables, especially sweet potatoes. And they eat a lot of seaweed. which is one of the healthiest foods that there is. But diet isn't the only reason why they live so long. The Okinawans are very active, and they often work in their gardens until they're 80 or more. Many of them also do Tai Chi or martial arts every day. They have a good social life. They visit friends or family, and a lot of them belong to community centers. Some play the traditional Okinawan guitar, an instrument similar to a banjo. The old people of Okinawa are very positive and happy with their lives. They aren't stressed because they're never in a hurry. Their spiritual lives are important to them, especially the women, and many of them meditate every day. In Okinawa, people say you're a child until you are 55, and when you reach 97, your local town holds a special ceremony called Kajimaya to celebrate the fact that now it's time to be young again, to be free of all responsibilities, and to simply enjoy life.
Number 1, the island of Okinawa is north of Japan. That's true or false? It's false. Number 2, 70 years old Okinawas have the bodies of 50 years olds. That's true. Number 3, hara hashi means stop eating before you are full. That's true. Number 4, the Okinawas don't eat meat or fish. It's false. They eat a lot of seaweed. That's true. They do yoga every day. That's false. The Okinawas are often in a hurry. That's false. When Okinawas reach 100, they have a ceremony called Kayamawa. That's false. The blue zones are 5 places where many people live for a long time. People in these places spend a lot of time outside. They are very active. They walk everywhere. They eat beans. They don't eat much meat. Thank you very much for today. God bless you. See you next class.